Here is a quick list of 5 PSVR2 games that are less likely to cause motion sickness for people who are new to VR. Pixel Ripped 1995 is my favorite entry in the Pixel Ripped trilogy. It offers a decent variety of gameplay that is all reminiscent of the SNES and Genesis console games of that time period. Throughout the game, you switch back and forth between Dot, the heroine of the video game, and David, a 9-year-old child playing video games, as the line between video games and reality are distorted by the evil Cyblin Lord, who has stolen the powerful Pixel Stone. This game is played seated, so the comfort level is very high, as the majority of the game is you being in a virtual world playing video games on the television. The PSVR2 version of the game is on par with all of the other versions, and the OLED displays are great for the colorful environment. If you want a lighthearted and silly game and are a fan of retro gaming consoles, Pixel Ripped 1995 is a lot of fun and easy on the stomach. The campaign lasts around 3 hours and only has replay value if you are trying to find all of the collectibles or earn all of the trophies. Pixel Ripped 1978 is also available, and it's an okay game, but not nearly as good as Pixel Ripped 1995, in my opinion. Moss is a third-person platformer with puzzles where you control an adorable mouse heroine named Quill. This title is also played sitting down as you play the role of the reader and interact with the environment while also controlling Quill. The PSVR2 version of this game is beautiful and looks even better than I remember it on PC VR. As you battle bugs, solve puzzles, pass trials, and unlock upgrades, Quill will try and signal to you what to do next, and even give you a thumbs up from time to time. There are collectibles scattered throughout the game, so if you are a trophy hunter or a completionist, you will probably have to play this game more than once. Since the game is essentially a third-person game being played in a virtual environment, you really shouldn't have any VR sickness from this title. Once you beat Moss, if you are craving more, Moss 2 is also available on PSVR 2. Walkabout Mini Golf is the only game on this list that is played standing up. This title doesn't usually cause motion sickness with normal play, because you are actually doing the full motions you are simulating in the game. You can teleport to your ball with the trigger button, so there is no need to walk around or rotate the camera. Snap turn is available, but I usually just physically turn for this title. This is also the first game on my list with multiplayer. It supports up to 8 players, and it really feels like you are just hanging out with your friends in a virtual environment. I suggest buying the hole-in-one bundle, which includes a lot of the DLC courses. All of the courses in this game are themed, and all of them are very well done. Each course has 18 holes, and each hole has an unlockable golf ball hidden somewhere in the area. If you collect enough of the golf balls, or are able to score par or better on the course, you will unlock the more challenging night mode version of the course, where you can follow clues to find an unlockable club. You probably won't get motion sickness from playing this game, but if you start wandering around with smooth locomotion and smooth turning enabled, or if you start flying around the course, which is a built-in feature, you might get sick if your tolerance isn't built up. This game has courses themed around haunted houses, the movie Labyrinth, evil comic book villains' secret lairs, Jules Verne books, outer space, underwater levels, and more. And since it's in VR, it can do things that a real-world mini-golf course can't do. Another multiplayer title that is less likely to cause VR sickness is Demeo. Demeo simulates tabletop role-playing games by having you rolling dice and moving your miniature on a 3D board that is populated by self-moving and animated enemy miniatures. This is another game that is played seated. You use cards to do turn-based abilities as you try to complete one of 5 adventure books. There is no progression from game to game other than unlocking cosmetics that you can apply to yourself, your dice, and your miniatures, so you can always jump into a new game on an even playing field. The developers of Demeo have also released a PvP-based version of the game called Demeo Battles, but I have not tried it yet. The last title I am going to suggest in this video for people who get VR sickness is Switchback. This is the only title on the list that is exclusively available on PSVR 2. Switchback is a sequel to Rush of Blood, which was on PSVR 1, and has the same style of gameplay, but with a few new mechanics. Switchback is a horror-themed arcade shooter that takes place on a roller coaster. It is a pretty fast-paced game and has you shooting targets as they whiz by, while you are attacked by a variety of monsters and creatures, and there are even some light puzzles you have to solve on the fly. Each level has switches that will determine which of two paths you will take at varying areas of the track, which means you won't see the whole game in a single playthrough. The entire game lasts just under 4 hours, and since it's on rails, that time is going to be pretty consistent for everyone. This concludes my list, and hopefully these titles will help you enjoy PSVR2 as you are building your tolerance to VR. I am new to YouTube and still trying to get my rhythm with making these videos. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any advice for me, or if there is any game you would like to see me cover, please leave a comment and let me know. Thank you for watching, and game on.